Hey guys, what is up? TheNeoCubest here. Welcome to my modern mansion tutorial. Believe it or not, it's actually pretty simple to build. I show you how to build it step by step, block by block on the inside and outside. The interior is pretty cool. It's modern. It's got everything you'd ever need: a smelting room, brewery, legal netherwort growery, everything you could ever need, and then a actual like underwater bedroom, like honest to God, underwater. It's under where the pool is, and I think it looks super cool. I'm just gonna go and give you another little exterior shot, and then we'll get to the tutorial. So let's just fly around here. It's got a nice little like wall of plant around it, and I don't know, like, I think this build looks seriously super cool. It's definitely a mansion. It's huge, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so let's get started on this awesome modern mansion. So the first step is going to be actually taking 2 pieces of gray clay. It's actually technically cyan, and you can use the gray, I guess, hardened concrete if you want, but you want to build them up to be a total of 6 high in the middle, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perfect. And you want to just do that on the exact same side, but with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 block space in between. So you'll have 2 6-high pillars in a pair on each side with the 6 block space in between. And then the next step is going to be taking your white quartz, and you're going to do 2 more block spaces, and well, like just 1 more 2 block space, and then build it up to be a total of 5 high. And then do that again with your cyan clay, and then go down 2, well, obviously 2 spaces over, then another 2 space. Everything here is 2 spaced. I'll just make that a given. Let's just stop saying 2 spaced so much. It just sounds kind of weird. And basically every time you build them up, all you do is just bring them 1 down. It's pretty simple. I mean, it seems like it's a little bit complicated, but I promise guys, it's not complicated at all. So basically it goes 6, a pair of 6s, a pair of 5s, a pair of 4s, and a pair of 3s. You repeat this obviously on the other side, but I'm not going to do that right now. Next step, you know, you're going to do the exact same thing over here. So a pair of 5s like this, going quartz gray, and then quartz, and then this is going to go down to 4, then gray, and then this one's going to go down to 3, and then gray. And then all you do is repeat that on the exact same side, but you have a 6 block space in between. So basically you build the same pillar, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks over. And then that's pretty much all you do. It's pretty simple. I know it seems like I'm over explaining it, but I just want to make sure you guys get the base of this build, because that's the most important part, obviously, because if you don't get this part, the rest of the build's going to look a little bit off. And I mean, I guess it could still look good off, but it's not going to look as good as it would if it wasn't off. So yeah. Alright, once that is complete, it's going to look somewhat like some setup dominoes or something, but each little pair should be the same height. So go ahead and just do a 1 check over, make sure everything's good. The next step is going to be building your roof. Now this is not the most difficult part, but it is going to take a little bit just because of how big it is. So I'm not going to do the entire thing, but I'll show you guys how to do it basically. All you have to do is you want to fill in those top 4 blocks with quartz right there. Then you want to break it all the way over, or not break it, you want to build it all the way over to the next gray one, and then the next gray one, and then finally to the end gray one, and then you just build that all the way over. So you just take this pattern right here. If you want to pause it, look at that pattern. You do that over there, there, and there, obviously. And all you do is bring it over to the side of the block like that. So it's going to be like on the same layer, if that makes sense. Like so you see, bring it to the gray all the way down, and then you just obviously fill it in. I'm just not showing you that because it's going to take a lot of time. And all you do is repeat the exact same thing over here. So if you guys want to know, you just bring it over to the gray, down, and then all the way over. Then you can just build it over, and then basically just repeat the same thing, and you fill in the roof. You fill in the roof like that, and perfect. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Now you have your giant roof. Now the next step is going to be coming inside of your build, and you want to basically make a little frame for the inside of the house. So all you do is just place it on the inside of these blocks. This part's not difficult whatsoever. And then to the ceiling, you literally just build it up. So it's just 1 giant wall, and then obviously we're gonna break out some windows because, I mean, like, look at it. Who would not expect this giant build? I don't know. Some people would probably think, hey, there's not going to be any windows in this build, so I'm just not going to build it. Keep in mind, you don't want to fill it in. You just want to leave it open, because this is going to actually be where the inside of the build is, which I do show you how to build. I've seen a lot of modern mansion tutorials recently just to sort of get inspired, and literally not a single one that I've watched has shown how to build the inside, which that doesn't make much sense to me. Like, that's half the build is the inside. But hey, you know, maybe I'm just different. Maybe I like making sure my tutorials are something you can live in. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyways, but basically, I think you guys get the gist. All you do is fill in the blank areas above with this, and you just kind of like continue the pattern if you want to do it like that, and then fill it in. I mean, that's fine. But all you have to do is just make this into 1 giant wooden box. It's not difficult. I have full faith that you guys can do that, so I'm going to do that real quick. There we go. It is complete. It's also very dark in here, so let's just find an area and break out of there where you can build it from the outside. And now you have your interior built. The next step is going to be actually taking these gray hardened clay, and you want to extend all of these two out like this. You'll kind of understand what I mean by this in a second. And you also want to repeat the exact same thing on the other side. So like this side, you just do 2 more on each one of them. And it's so quick, I'm not even going to cut the recording. I feel like that would actually take like, I mean, it wouldn't take more time, but it definitely wouldn't help anything. And then all you have to do is just build them up, build them up, build them up until you're one on top of the roof. And then all you have to do, this is a pretty simple step right here. All you do is just bring it over like that. And then since you are on the end block right there, we are just going to keep bringing it up like that. And again, until you're one over like that. And it's pretty simple to do, but I guess this was the step I was most worried about explaining, because I've built this thing, here, let's just fly over here. I've built this thing like a bunch, I've deleted it a bunch, I've built it like just a ridiculous number of times because I want to make sure this tutorial is absolutely perfect for you guys. That's really what I'm striving to do now with my content. I know it's going to be daily, but daily doesn't mean I can't put in a couple of hours a day, you know, into this, because I really do care about my video's quality. That's why I bought a new solid state drive, so I get that 1080p 60 FPS for you guys, because that looks awesome. It makes my render times go up to like an hour for every like 20 minutes of footage, but that's, you know, I mean, that's okay. I don't mind, like, you know, it's not like I have to sit here and like turn a cog and like render my video. People complain about that, but all you have to do is let your computer sit, like go to the gym and work out, and then come back and your video is rendered, and you upload it, and then you go hang out with friends, and then it's uploaded. Like, you can have a life and do YouTube, but I don't know, some people may think that it's just, I don't know, difficult. I don't know. Honestly, guys, I don't know what people are thinking half the time. I just know what I'm thinking, which is pretty much all you need to know in this world, pretty much. Now, on this end block here, you are probably wondering, you know, hey, Neo, this looks a little bit crappy. There's no depth, and you'd be right. You'd be right. So how I rendered that more better, I just broke out these blocks right there, and then just filled in this entire wall like this with, you guessed it, gray or cyan clay or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know why it's called like something else, because it's definitely not like cyan, I guess, because when it's baked it loses its pigmentation. I don't know, guys. The creators of Minecraft, they've done some pretty weird things over the years, so I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that. The next step is going to be making this thing right here. Can you see this? It's just a nice little roof. Oh, forgot that. Don't forget this part. You want to extend this out one more on all of them. So it's pretty self-explanatory, even on the top one. All you have to do is extend them out one more. So I'm not going to show that, but I'm just going to do that all throughout the build. Alright, now once that is complete on both sides, the next step is going to be doing a nice little quartz overlay. You see that little top thing right there? It goes doot, 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 doot. So it goes up, over, and then to the next wall. So you have to start it out in the middle. So make sure you find the middle of your block. There you go. And it's too wide, and all you have to do is build it up. And then all you have to do, this is going to be the hard part, you have to run it into that gray block right there, build 4 more, then all you have to do is run it into that gray block right there, or build 4 more, and then I think I'm not going to say it again because it's going to make some people mad. They're like, Neo, we freaking get it. Like, we get it, mate. You don't need to keep repeating the same dang thing. Saying dang thing. That could be a rap. Saying dang, shang, mate. I don't know. I feel like I can't actually, like, think about, I don't know, when you try to think and you're commentating, you're trying to explain everything that you're like thinking, but if you try to think of new thoughts that you haven't thought about, like talking about beforehand, it makes it just exceptionally hard. I don't really know why, but that is pretty much the exterior of the build. I was stressing out about like showing you guys how to do that. I don't know why, because it wasn't as hard as I thought, but it's really not that difficult to do. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of weird, but it's not that difficult to do. Next step is going to be actually taking your glass panes. I guess the exterior isn't totally done. Take the black glass if you have it. If you don't, normal glass panes will also look just fine, I assure you. So basically, you want to drill out these whole, oh, nope, not right there. You want to drill out these 2 for this one, right? You want to drill out these for these, and you want to fill this in, obviously. And you're going to leave that block up top there. That's going to be completely fine, I promise. And then you do the exact same thing on pretty much all of them, because the interior is actually a little bit recessed into the ground. It's not recessed a whole bunch, but it is recessed enough to where these windows aren't going to make it where you can't put anything behind them, I assure you. And all you have to do there, it's pretty simple. You just break out all those. I showed you guys how to do every single one because everything's so symmetrical. All you do is just fill them in with glass like this. Not too difficult. I have full faith, again, that you guys can complete this task. And you fill in all the windows. And I'll just show you how to do it from like the edge there, since you guys like, you know, are probably watching and you want to see it. But this one, this is a special one. This is going to be how you get to your pool out front. That's right, there's going to be a pool. And then you want to take a trapdoor for right here, and you can just put a trapdoor right there and go ahead and fill that in too. All you do is repeat the exact same windows though. Well, on this side, since this one's a little bit different, I'll show you guys how to do this one. I know it's mind-blowingly different, and I wanted to assure you guys that you guys are capable. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. Now everything else is going to be the same, except for this front one right here, which I guess I'll show you guys how to do this one. You want to break out this thing right here. You want to break this, this, and this. I don't know why there's that wool there. Oh yeah, I do know why it was there. For my guiding purposes. And then up top here, you want to take your spruce stairs. You want to take your spruce oak wood things. You want to take a spruce door just to match the whole spruce theme. And then you want to place it from the inside with those upside down stairs so you get a little bit of depth. That's going to be your entryway. Now again, just fill in all the windows, and I'll show you how to do the center one, since that is, I guess, another window that won't be the same as the others, and I haven't explained yet. Besides those, every other window you're just going to fill in, and then make sure you put the spruce on like where the grass is, where you break the window, like under here. But yeah, that's all you have to do, so I'm going to do that and come right back. There you go. Now you can see all the windows have been completed, as you can see. I said that twice, but there you go. Just to prove it to you, that's how the windows are going to look. Next step is going to be, so you can see what's kind of happening over here. So there's 2 block space, and then the pool. That's basically what you're going to do over here. You do 2 block space, then you start building the pool. Dimensions of the pool aren't going to matter, but I'm going to tell you what they are anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. And then you just bring that over all the way to the other edge. I know it's going to be a lot of blocks, so if you don't want to make your pool this big, that's fine with me. I'd understand why, because this is like, it's just a ginormous pool. But if you want a ginormous pool for your ginormous mansion, then go ahead and feel free to build one. And that's basically all you do. You just make a stone outline, drill out the middle, put quartz on the walls, and then fill it in with water. But make sure you only dig it down one first. Make sure you only dig it down one first, and then put your water, and then dig it down more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, and then I will be right back. I'm just gonna drill this out, and I'll show you the next step. There you go. Now all that's dug out, you want to build your entryway over, because obviously you're going to have to get over the pool into the home, and that's going to be important that you can, sort of do that. You want to break out these 3 blocks, come over, break out those 3 blocks, build some slabs right there before, and then just kind of build it to where you get it like one up like this. And then that's fine for the bridge. You can just bring it straight over. It's modern, so it's nothing's too curvy. Everything's, pretty like cubical. In an architectural sense, I don't know if it's like 100% cubicle everywhere you go, but everything's pretty straight line. Try not to have too many curves. Then under here you can go ahead and just fill in those spruce blocks right there. And now the next step is going to be lining your entire pool with quartz like this. So all you do is line the entire thing with quartz, and then you fill in this with water. So I'm going to go ahead and line it with quartz, and then I'll show you the water filling, because that's just the most fun part. But make sure you don't forget these blocks under here. And obviously, like when the pool's deeper, you can swim under the bridge, so you can get over to here. I promise. But go ahead and just line all this grass that's under your stone brick with quartz. Keep in mind, you're going to need a lot more quartz. You can use cobblestone if you want, if you don't want to waste a bunch more quartz. But I'm going to line that real quick. There we go. Now that that's complete, you want to just start off by just taking, you're going to need a bunch of buckets of water. I'll put it this way. You can try to place them in a way that's going to make it to where they make infinite water sources as you go. But then again, there's always going to be little like areas that mess up. But if you just kind of like place water like this, typically it'll just kind of fill itself in, if that makes sense. Like right here, it's kind of hard to tell with like shaders on if it's all filled in. But I'm fairly confident that this is all filled in. Yes, it is all filled in. Okay, sweet. Now the next step is going to be drilling down your pool as deep as you want it to go. I'm just going to do 2 blocks deeper than what this is right now. I am going to do, for the bottom of the pool, I'm going to do cobblestone like this. But for the walls of the pool, for modern sake, I'm going to be doing quartz. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the entire pool. I'm going to drill all this out, get the pool done, and show you guys what that looks like when it's done. Guys, just as I'm drilling this out and building this, the squids decide, let's just spawn in here because this is the only body of water on this flat world. So that's interesting. That's interesting. And there you go. Your pool is complete, aside from a few lights here and here. So you just want to sort of, I'm just going to put some lights like where the, as you can see, like the pool's done. But I'm going to put some lights where these little pillars are right there. So if you want to follow and do the exact same thing, feel free. But if you don't want to, then don't, because I won't be a fit. Oh, what? Ah, these squid, they're great. I love squid, but like they're in a pool, they're just kind of, they're asking for it. Like they're asking to get killed, and I'm not gonna do it unless they really start. If they swim in one of these little holes as I'm building it, I might have to go for the kill. But for now, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna repeat that exact same thing on this side. There we go. Now that that's complete, your next step is going to be building the wall that accompanies your house. You want to take some oak logs. It's going to take a lot of oak logs. So make sure you have a bunch of those on deck for this build. And you're just going to make a wall all the way around your entrance like this. And you're going to come out to this far. and then you're just going to repeat the same thing. But you want to leave, hold on, 1, 2, 3. You want to leave a 1 block gap like right there, so that your entrance, like this, is gonna be like that, right? Does that make sense? You want a little 1 block gap right there, and then you can just build it out like 2 more, and then just do like 1, 2, and 1, 2, and that'll be fine. Basically, instead of a fence, we're gonna make it modern. We're gonna use giant shrubbery. So all we're going to do is around the entire build, we're just going to continue this pattern. So I'm just gonna kind of rush through it as quick as I can. Oh, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it like this. I'm just gonna show you guys where the logs are going to go. So you see on this side of the pool, it's gonna be 1 away from this thing right here. So you just wanna kind of, if you wanna use that as a guideline, you can do that all the way around, and then we're gonna go back here. And then from this right here, there's gonna be a 2 block gap, like, or a 3, no, hold on, right there. Sorry, a 4 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna have your shrub. So you just wanna do that all the way around as well. And now everywhere I'm breaking this out, you're gonna put oak logs that face up, and then you're going to put 2 oak leaves on top of them. So that's all I'm going to do next. I'm just gonna fill all of this in with leaves like that, or oak logs, and then 2 high leaves. So I'm gonna do that all the way around the build. There we go. The entire wall around the build is complete, as you can see. As you can see, now we're gonna make the outside of this build look nice. So we're gonna take everywhere that there's one of these like quartz pillars coming down. You kind of see that. You see the pattern I'm going for here. There you go. There's not one right there, but all you have to do is just place, like on this one, you want. We'll just do 3 high like this, all the way around, and you repeat that exact same thing on the other side. If it's one like that, just do it 2 high. You don't want to make it like 3 high since this is only 3 high. You don't want to fill it in all the way ever. That's gonna look it's gonna look weird. It looks like it connects, and that's not good. But basically, I'm gonna repeat the exact same thing on this side. Alright, when that is complete, the outside of your build is pretty much done, aside from making it look nice and with all the flowers and stuff. So I'm just going to take some bone meal, and all the way around the build, all I'm going to do is just sort of fill this in right here. We're just going to fill the entire thing in grass, and it looks like a controlled grass. If you want to cut like the lawn from the outside of the build, you could make it look more like, I guess this wouldn't be the most modern way to do it, but I prefer having grass. You could do like a pattern with wool or something on the ground, and that would also, now that I'm thinking about it, look really good. But I don't prefer that. I'm old school. I just like how grass looks. So if you guys want to do grass, you can. If you want to do like a lime wool, then a dark green wool pattern on the ground instead of grass, that would also work. The only place I wouldn't put grass is like your entryway right there. But I'd make sure you get it in all the little nooks and crannies. Some people would argue that it looks like not clean or uncut, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to do exactly as I'm doing, but I'm just giving you some exterior suggestions because I want this tutorial to be as in-depth as possible. If you guys have watched the video like this far, then I would definitely click that like button, click that subscribe button, because you're probably liking what you're seeing a little bit. If we could get 5,000 likes on this modern mansion tutorial, that would absolutely make my entire year. Like, that would be so awesome. 5,000, because I've been working on this tutorial for let's see, all last night and all today, so a total of like 8-9 hours, and I really have just been trying to make this build as cool as I can for you guys, because I know that like you guys wanted to see modern builds, and I've wanted to do modern, but I've never thought that I was capable just quite yet of doing modern. But now I think that, you know, I think I was overthinking it a little bit, and I definitely think that I am definitely capable at this point of doing somewhat of a modern build. May not be the exact same modern style you guys are used to, but I like this style. You could just do a little entryway like that. If you wanted to sort of make it look more like sectioned off, you could do something like that, but I'm going to leave that open just because I want to be able to get to this beautiful grass. Then we're just going to go around with some of these lilac. Well, we actually haven't gone through all the way with these red ones yet, have we? I'm going to go ahead and just evenly distribute these red ones. Going to evenly distribute the purple ones, and oh my gosh, I used to have a stuttering problem as a kid, and sometimes it comes back, and it's really weird because it's like I know I don't have the issue, but it's only when I'm recording too. I don't know, because I'm trying to talk faster than I can think. But all I'm gonna do is just kind of evenly place these poppies. I'm gonna evenly place the rose bushes, and then I'm gonna come right back. And then of course in front of these, you know, you guys are probably seeing this right now. After all that like explanation why I like doing it in front of the build, I've decided that that does look a little bit weird, so I just sort of removed it in front of the build. But on the exterior, this build looks quite splendid. On the backyard, I'm just going to leave it like that. You guys can just do that freehand, whatever you guys want to do on the back there. Nice little squids in here, but now let's go into the interior and let's get started. Alright, let's get started. So right here on these stairs, you want to bring these down. On these blocks, you want to break down 2. Then you want to fill that in with stairs like that. Go ahead and break out this area in front of you. There you go. Pretty simple, pretty simple. And then right here on this block, you want to also go down another 2 stairs. Pretty fancy, I know, and pretty difficult, right? Pretty difficult. By the way, if you guys have not noticed, I'm a very sarcastic person, and I apologize if it ever gets annoying, but I actually got most sarcastic out of my senior class. That's something I'm pretty proud of. I got most sarcastic. I don't know if that's something I should be proud of, but it was something everyone recognized from my senior class of about 600 people, so that was interesting. Anyways, this entire thing, you want to dig it down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and you want to do that all throughout the entire interior. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the liberty upon myself, and I'm going to dig out this entire thing 4 blocks down. Alright, so I work in a very weird way. So I got a text from my girlfriend, and I'd send her a picture of the build I was doing, and then I realized that at the front of the build it looked a little bit awkward. So we're just going to put those 2 glowstone and 2 leaves there. Now let's get to digging this out. Alright, cool. So now that once that is complete, you want to take these little areas that are dirt and just fill them in with spruce logs like this, or spruce planks, my bad. And then you just want to make it look somewhat like it's, you know, it's just connected. That's all you have to do. It's pretty simple. And then you want to also repeat the same thing over here, just for, you know, aesthetic's sake. And then you want to take your cobblestone, and you're just going to fill in all the other areas with that. Pretty simple to do. Make sure you, oh, I still have it. Okay, thank God. Just make sure you do not miss these little corner blocks here, because if you do, it's going to look kind of weird. But those ones are already filled in. But then, of course, on this wall, you have to do the same thing. And all you have to do is for this entire wall like this, we're just going to fill it in. And then for the floor, we're going to take some wool, and we are going to do a gray wool for the floor on the inside. So gray wool floor like this, pretty simple to do. And then walls are going to be made of cobblestone. So I'm just going to repeat all of that, and then on the inside, and I'm going to come right back. Alright, and now that that is complete, looks quite nice, quite nice. Now we're going to get started on making the inside look a little bit better. So we put some stairs there, then we are going to take some quartz slabs, and we're going to make the interior of this look a little bit smoother. So every time it goes up 1, all you do is just place a layer of slabs, so not very difficult, or, you know, goes down 1. You can basically just sort of figure out what I'm doing here. It makes little pillars or something to get up there, but makes it look a little bit smoother on the inside. And now you can see those stairs also add a little bit of, like, I don't know, depth, or they make that look better. We'll put it that way. We'll put it that way. If you wanted to make this look a little bit better, you could take the cobblestone, you could bring it up like that. And then actually don't do that. Don't listen to me. I'm just randomly thinking of things. Now let me grab all the materials we're going to need to make this interior look awesome, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so first things first, all the amenities, all the things you're going to always need in every Minecraft house, no matter what it is. Keep in mind, I'm trying to make this more survival oriented, so we're not going to have a bunch of the weird, like, fancy modern decorations that make no sense and just take up space in your build that could be used for, like, more storage or something. But all I'm doing is taking some upside down stairs there. That's just so that the chests can actually be used. Yeah, I just want to make sure that was grass block. Then you want to fill in these like the behind blocks or whatever you want to call them with some glowstone. And we're just going to take some glowstone now. We're just going to fill those in like that. You won't even really be able to see that dirt. I guess if you looked like, if you like got a right angle, you could maybe like kind of see it. Like, yep, kind of, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. And then you just want to do more storage, and then on the same side, you can go ahead and repeat the exact same thing, and just do more storage, again, breaking these blocks right here, just so you can have extra space, filling this in with glowstone, like that. I'll just show you how to do one more, then I'll go ahead and repeat that, so you guys don't have to struggle with me, or struggle and watch that if you don't want to do this. So just do that right there, there, and there. Alright, sweet, now that that's complete, you can go ahead. Sweet, now that that's complete, I just realized that rhymed. That was somewhat embarrassing. And that's item frameception. I don't like that. If you want to make this storage area a little bit better, like if you want to figure out what certain things are, just go ahead and just take like random blocks and then just sort of sort them. Obviously, they'd be like, you know, things that are actually sortable, but I'm just going to grab some random things because I like the way they look. And that's basically how I'd sort my chest. I'd only have blue orchids and whatnot. That should add enough lighting to the inside right there. If you do want to add some more lighting, you could go ahead and throw some just torches around. I'm not going to make this thing have a bunch of weird glowstone lights because I don't feel like those work all the time everywhere. But try to place them as high up as you can like that, just to give it a little bit more of a modern feel, right? A modern feel means putting torches as high up as they go, I think. Maybe. If they don't go like as high up as you want them to because it's a half slab, you can always remove it, but I don't see the point. It's not that important to me. Not that important to me. But now you have some lighting in here. You do have some lighting, which is always important. So now let's design the bedroom. So the bedroom is going to be cool, right? We're going to do it under the pool. So we're gonna actually have to go outside of the build again, and we're gonna have to make a few modifications to this here pool. So the bottom of the pool, it's not gonna be the entire pool, don't worry. But we're gonna start off, see, okay, here, I'll explain this in a second. You see these two? It's gonna be from these two to these two right here. So if that makes any amount of sense, I'm gonna try to explain that a little bit better. So it's from here to here. Okay, that's a much better way of explaining. I don't know what the heck I said before. It's from here to 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 here. Yeah, there you go. Those are the dimensions. So I'm just gonna sort of place the glass on the inside of this. Obviously, just gonna fill in this entire thing, but it's from here to here, but inside of your pool down here. Okay. If I say here one more time, just stop watching the video, because actually, if you're already this invested and you're not subscribed and you haven't liked the video, actually, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not a judgmental person, but I'd appreciate it if you guys want to subscribe, because then you could, you know, watch more of my videos. That'd be cool. But hey, you know, I'm biased. I think I'm all right at this, but actually, no, you know what? I don't think I'm like the best builder, but I think I'm very good at explaining things, and that's oftentimes why my tutorials are a little bit longer than some people's. And now that you've built that room to those dimensions, come under here like this, put your glass block, boom. We're gonna come to the inside of the build. So let's just go ahead and it's gonna actually have to be 3 deep like this. So if you want to just break this out and pray that it does not, make sure this is in the middle of those two lights right there. We're just gonna pray that it's not in the center. Yep, perfect. Okay, sweet. So it's just right there. So we're just gonna mark off that area for now. And all we're gonna do is essentially just like write this block. We're gonna break that down, and we're gonna try to bring it down as much as we can before we get to the block. There we go. And then we're just gonna do a nice little staircase. Go ahead and just fill that in right there. And the stairs are gonna have to start off. Let's see, go on this block right there. Stair, stair, and then a stair. And if that makes any sense. And then anywhere that's like under the floor, you can go ahead and just do more cobblestone in. And then if you want to do like the same gray, you can do you can do whatever you want, really. It's in your house at this point. And then I'm just gonna break out the entire area under this glass, if that makes any sense. So all the area under this glass, and I'm gonna break it out to be 3 deep. So obviously not like right there, that's the edge. But I'm gonna dig out this area under here and come right back. Alright, cool. I hope I explained that well enough. Now, if you want to go ahead and just bring down this material that's under, like where the pool is right here, you can go ahead and do so. The wall material isn't going to be that block, but if you want to just do that, just because OCD bothers you or something like that, go ahead and do it. It's not going to hurt my feelings, and that's, I think, what I'm going to do as well. So I'm just going to bring down that block. We're going to have to break out the walls anyways, but basically inside of here, we're going to do cobblestone walls. We are going to do a checkerboard floor because it's the bedroom. I feel like, you know, it's you know, Saturdays are for the boys, right? But I honestly, I don't know. I just like the way that like checkerboard looks, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna do the gray, and then you guessed it. Okay, come on. We're gonna do a gray checkerboard like this. Now, before I do that, let's come inside here, and let's go ahead and just start by filling all of this in with the material that you used for the walls on the inside of the build. So you guessed it, cobblestone. Woohoo! Who doesn't love cobblestone? Cobblestone, you have won $1 million. What do you do with it? Oh, buy more cobblestone. Good answer. Alright, cobblestone just won the cobblestone lottery. Who would have thought? Who would have guessed? As far as lighting under here, you could take some glowstone, and you could take some more glass like this. I just got rid of the, let's grab the wool we're gonna need. We're going to do light blue and gray. I think it's raining. No, it's not raining. I thought it was raining. I was gonna say, that's cool. I didn't know it was gonna rain today, but it's not raining, so I can't say that. We're just gonna do some nice little floor lighting under here, just so that we can see what the heck's going on when we're walking through this deep, dark abyss hallway thingy. And then we're just gonna fill those in with glass. All right, nice, nice. And then obviously right there. Now all the walls, of course, are going to be cobblestone, so I'm not gonna show you guys that. And there we go. We have the walls done. And now the next step is going to be, you guessed it, the hardest step, the checkerboard pattern on the floor. So you're gonna start off, I like to just do an entire like block like worth of like, you know, checkerboard. It's not hard. I think you guys can understand the checkerboard. That's a pattern they taught you in like early elementary school. And these are my, I like more of a mint green, a mint blue actually, but I can't get that color. But I wish they had that color. Maybe I should make a wool mod that adds just like billions of colors. That would probably, I think it's already probably been done, honestly. But all you do is make this checkerboard, but you make it throughout the entire build. Alright, now I've grabbed everything I'm going to need for this build. So we're going to go on the left wall here, and we're just going to break out all these wool blocks. I know I just made you waste a couple of dyed wool, but you could also just do it really whatever you want, like whatever color you want. And then we're just essentially going to do a little bit of like some leaves over there, and then we are going to put our beds right here and right here. Again, you can do whatever sort of bed pattern you want. You can put beds wherever you want them, but this is just where I'm going to put my beds. If you wanted to make it look a little bit more even, you could do that, I guess. That would also look okay. Then we're going to do a blue orchid, and then oxeye daisy, and then an azure bluet. Looks good to me. And then we can take a painting like this. Pretty simple. And we're just going to put that on the wall right there. And then try to get another one. Yep, perfect. That's okay. It's the same painting, but that's not a big deal. Then right next to your bed, or actually on the opposite wall, sorry, we're just going to make an enchanting table. So that's going to be like where the enchanting table is, right there. So of course you just want to break out the area behind it and one away from it. And since this is just a giant build, and we're just not caring about like how many resources we're using. I mean, obviously it's a freaking mansion. If you're building a mansion, you probably made it in the Minecraft world in that sort of sense. So you just sort of do whatever the heck you want at this point. So we're just gonna make a oh, that's supposed to be gray, and that means that one's gray, and then gray, and then gray, and then blue. Okay, we got it good. We got it good. And then you want to just, you know, bookcases. And this, if it's uneven, guys, it does not matter. This is modern. In modern, you do whatever you want because it's modern, and that's okay. Uneven is encouraged. Somewhat. You don't want to make it super uneven. Then you can go ahead and just line up the top with the torches right there if you wanted to. If you wanted to make it look even fancier, you could not do that. You could do 2 torches right there and 2 torches right there. You could take an anvil, and then you're probably going to need an ender chest if you're in here because, oh my gosh, you're going to just have so many things you need to transport interdimensionally. As far as chest storage goes, you could just put a chest right here, a chest right here, and then you could go ahead and just put a chest right there. You're probably going to need a crafting table at some point in here, so you could go ahead and you could just put a crafting table in the wall right there. See, this is all about modern, right? Just doing an excessive amount of everything. Not really. I don't really know what modern is, modern interior, but I've looked at some of the things and they make no sense. Like, it's like, let's just put a bunch of random crap everywhere, and it's like, nah, or not. But this is the bedroom. You could make it look better, I guess. Better is subjective. I always hate the word like better to describe things. This is how I would do my bedroom, but you guys can go crazy with this one. If you do, make sure you send pictures on Twitter because I'd love to see it. So this is the underground portion of it, interior. That's just one way to do it. It's not my best interior, I will admit, but it is very big, and I'm used to like building in like spacious environment or like very tiny environments. So it's like it's weird for me to build like that. As far as this goes for like the glass, since we did use that on the outside, if you want to make the actual like make it seem like there's a guardrail, I would do the exact same right here. So I'd go ahead and take your spruce wood, and I would just outline this stair. I know it may seem a little excessive, but hey, that's okay. That's modern. Modern equals excessive equals awesome. So now let's get some. Oh no. You are not doing that. Not my build. All right, now let's grab some more materials to build out this inside, and let's get started. All right, well guys, first things first, I did not even remember to put a crafting table here. So if you just want to do a layer of crafting tables right there, that's fine. And then as well, do another layer of furnaces like this, and then just repeat that on the same side. That way we go for perfect symmetry. Now let's design this hallway. So on this edge, I'm thinking right here, so about to that right there. See, like that, perfect. We're just gonna break out this entire inside block. We're gonna actually leave that right there. We're gonna make a giant little, I say oxymorons like that all the time. We're gonna make a giant little nether wart farm, non-illegal, because, well actually, this one is illegal because it's technically not in the right biome, but hey, whatever, I don't even care at this point. Doesn't matter to me. What am I thinking of? Oh, nether wart. There we go. Now we have everything we need. Now, go ahead and just line up this, line up this, line up this. On the top here, break all these, and break all these. Then put all of these here, here, and here. And then take your trapdoors. Boop, 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 boop. You won't be able to do it on those two, so we'll just, we'll figure that out in a second here. Oh yeah, I always remember that. You know what? We'll just not do that right there. We'll make that into a better area. On the background here, fill in this with cobblestone. Fill in this with cobblestone. There you go. Nice and pretty. Now on the back here, since we are in, you know, a brewing area, you're gonna need some brewing stands. Don't forget about that, because if you do, then you're probably not doing it right. We're going to take some water. We're going to make an infinite water source back in here. So we're going to take some glowstone. We're going to line up the entire area with glowstone just to make it look nice and pretty. And just, that's an excessive amount. You don't actually need to do that much. But you can if you want, because, you know, excessive is encouraged with modern, I think. Again, I keep saying I think because I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let me know. What do you think modern is? Like, in the comment section right now, if you are still watching, by the way, you are a trooper. And you've been through a lot today, so I applaud you. But tell me, what do you think personally modern is? Like, do you think it means making things really big? Do you think like besides just the styling, like what makes something modern to you? Like, I understand, like, yeah, you have the nice flat edges everywhere and it's very boxy and only uses like 3 materials, but besides that, like, what makes a house modern to you? Or is that it? I want to know, so leave a comment if you would. But if you don't want to, that's okay. You didn't miss anything. I just put the brewing stands. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds just to make the comment. Actually, you can just like pause it here and then make the comment and then come right back. All right, I'm back and I've just put 4 torches right there and then a lever right here. All right, now let's build an actual dedicated smeltery. So let's go ahead and just break out 3 blocks like this. Put these on top and then put a stair right here. Dig this one down. Go ahead and break that. Come back in here. And we'll just make a nice little smeltery room. Doesn't need to be too big, but it should be big enough to where, you know, you can smelt stuff in it, because that is going to be necessary in the smelting room. I know it may seem like, wow, Neo, you want to make a smelting room that has furnaces in it and a lava floor? That's how original. But you're right, you know, that's how original I am. So we're just going to build the wool up until that point. You can go ahead and just break out that block if you'd like. Then we're going to take some slabs. And because the floor or the ceiling is the way it is, that's like not a block you want to break. Actually, that is a block you can break. Oh, hey, well, the more you know, right? We're going to do a ceiling that's obviously made out of this. Okay, good. I was going to say that might not be good. You're going to need some torches, because if you don't have torches, you can't see anything. And that's never any good, because it's nice to be able to see in the game you're playing. Now, let's take some furnaces, which I'm like, let's make a furnace room. Forgets furnaces. That's me, guys. That's Neo. That's Neo for you. The reason I only have 1 torch in here is because there's going to be like a lava floor. So if you like really think you're going to need lighting. I'm just putting lighting in here because when I record, everything's very dark. That's just the way rendering like does things. It makes it all dark. I don't know why. If someone has any knowledge of rendering beyond like subpixel layouts and like scanning through, like, I don't even that stuff like bewilders me. I don't quite get it, but there's a lot with rendering. Like, there's a lot of stuff, like a lot. We're gonna take some lava, which you won't be able to see under it, and we're just gonna place it in these 4 blocks right here. Then we're gonna take some glass, and you guessed it, we're just actually, you know, we're gonna do some black stained glass. You don't have to use black, you can use clear, and that would actually look pretty cool too. But since I have access to the black stained glass, you bet your butt I'm gonna use the black stained glass. Over here, whoa. Actually, never mind. I was like, over here, let's put some chests, but we can't. Now you have a nice little smelting room. You can break out. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, we couldn't do it that much higher, because then you're up to the... Yeah, you just don't want to do that. No bueno. No bueno, por favor. Now we have a nice little smelting room. Cool. Alright, now I think it's time to make this build look a little bit prettier on the inside. So we're going to break those blocks. Lava room or chest storage. You're going to have to deal with it. That doesn't look bad at all. Basically, everywhere these supports are, just on this wall right here, we're just going to bring them down. Then we're going to break out these 2 blocks on the inside of here, like that. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. And then, oh, nope. So, that, okay. You know what? You know what? Hold on. Hold on. Come to the inside of this, and we're just going to fix this. Just because this one is going to be a little bit more complicated to deal with, we're just going to forget it entirely. We're not even going to deal with you. We're only going to make these 2 things look pretty. Huh, well, I guess that sucks for you. Alright, then we're just going to put 2 stairs right there facing outwards. Continue that gray wool under there. Make sure to do that. Put 2 pots right here. Put 2 pots. And then these blocks right here. Just fill those in with whatever wall material you use. So I'd use cobblestone, so I'm going to use cobblestone again. Again, just filling in some flowers here. Nice and pretty. And then we're just going to put some paintings that hopefully fill it up 1 by 2. Come on. Please. Please be kind to me. I'm kind to you. I play you and record you. There you go. Cool. 2 nice paintings that are different. And then on the insides, you just put 2 torches like that. And those look nice. You can build those anywhere, like you need an area just to fill in if you want to. And then on this wall, I guess I'm just going to do some more storage because that's what I feel like calling to this wall. Again, we already have like the bedroom and everything. Like this is all like filled in. So I mean, you already have like like a lot of stuff. So it's not like, you know, if I just make it look pretty now or whatever, it's just gonna be ruined because you already have so many things. Like, you don't think about it, but like this, I don't even know how long this video's been since I started recording. Honestly, I have no clue whatsoever because when I record, I only check it like once or twice to make sure it's not like a ridiculous amount of time that I've been recording. But I don't think I've been recording that long. But, you know, it is a pretty big like mansion, and there was a lot of stuff in it on the exterior. Normally my interiors take up about 2/3 of the video, which is fine. Like, well, some people complain, but I'm just like, well, I'd rather explain how to do the entire interior than be like 99% of Minecraft YouTubers and just skip over it and say, go ahead and design the interior. Well, if no one ever like teaches you how to design each interior like to the dot, like each one, then you're not really gonna ever know like how to do it. And again, I'm just placing these upside down stairs because remember, they're not a full block, so the chest can open, and that makes everything a little bit easier for you to like, well, it doesn't make it easier, it makes it actually possible to open the dang chest. And you just fill those in, and then you have some more storage. So I'm gonna find, let's see, anywhere else there's an empty space? Yes. So we could take some furnaces here, and again, like, it's all about how much, right? Modern is how much. We have crafting tables, and then let's see, did we put an ender chest in the brewing area? We didn't even put any chests in the brewing area, did we? So, well, I guess there's chests like all along the wall right there. So if you can't find those, well, you might want to look a little bit harder. But let's see, let's drive around in here. Drive around, yeah, that's the right word. Also, why are these doors, why are they like this? Can we do it like that? There we go. No? Okay, whatever. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial and you want to see more modern mansions like this and more, click that subscribe button. You get notified when I upload. If you guys liked this video, leave a like. Let's try to get 5,000 on this wonderful house. That would be so awesome. I think it'd be awesome. If you guys do build this and you want to send pictures to my Twitter or whatever, feel free. You can send those, and at TheNeoCubest, and I will be sure to reply to those as much as I can and retweet them and stuff. But yeah, if you guys are new and you want to see more things like this and more, click that subscribe button and you get notified when I upload a new video. You'll be one of the first, ahead of the curve, I guess, in a way. Yeah, 5,000 likes, again, would be seriously awesome. I spent a lot of time on this build, and I really would like to see you guys liking it. If you do dislike it, I do ask that you leave a dislike. Like, if you don't like it, leave a dislike, but leave a comment explaining why, so that I can better cater my content to you guys. If you're curious about shader pack, texture pack, any of that fun stuff down below, it's all gonna be, well, any of the stuff like in the video, it's all down below in the description. Rest assured, you guys will not be left in the dust. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, also, tell me, what do you think makes a modern house modern? Like, just let me know. I genuinely want to know. All right, see you guys in the next video.